Good morning, YouTube. My name's Michael, and behind the camera is Ellie. We are the Bill Paying Hobbyists. Today we have 3 hacks and 1 comparison to do for packing when you're going on a vacation trip, or even if you work and you travel a lot. So let's get to it. For the first one, we're going to do a comparison between folding and rolling your clothes when you're packing. For me, when I travel, I generally travel 4 days a week. This week I'm only traveling 3. This is the backpack I use for my clothes. It's a roller bag and a backpack. The straps are in there. And then my regular backpack over there for my computer and stuff. So as you can see, this is not very big, but I can get all of my clothes in one. The first thing you want to do, always, if you take tennis shoes, if you work out while you travel, put your shoes in a bag or get some shower caps or something of that nature, and you can put the shower caps over the bottom of your shoes. Your shoes are dirty on the bottom, always. Put them in a bag. I put mine in separate bags. What's up, buddy? You helping Daddy pack? I put mine in separate bags so I can separate them because I use the center of my bag. I put these on the outside and use the center of my bag for my clothes. So there, that's out of the way. Now, first we're going to fold and see if we can fit all of this in here and see how much room we have left. And then we'll take it all back out and roll it. So one other tip that I do know, put your underwear and your socks in your shoes. There's a lot of empty space right there. This isn't part of the comparison part. This is a little hack for you. Throw your underwear in there. Take your socks. And throw them in there. There, you just save some space. So you want to put the smaller items in there. So let's pick, let's see here. We got some workout shorts. We'll fold those. So there's all of my stuff. Now, that is packed. Now there's one more thing I need to put in there, and that is my shaving kit. And that'll go right there on top, kind of full. Let's close it up. So now let's see how thick that is. And we're gonna go to this right here. And we're 9.5 inches, almost 10 inches. All right, so let's take everything out, we'll roll it, and we'll check that one. Done. Now let's measure that one. So the same pocket, we're 8.5, 9 inches. So I just saved an inch, which means I can put even more in here by rolling up my clothes. So to me, rolling is a lot better. It saves more space. So I prefer this way. It also leaves some extra room for my bubble jacket because when I travel up north, I need something that's heavy, and those bubble jackets are awesome. It's not a heavy jacket at all, but it keeps the wind and it keeps the cold out. It works awesome. Half the time I don't even have to wear my gloves or my beanie cap. I love it. Thank you, Ellie, by the way. You're welcome. So Ellie said she found another way to pack and fold up your clothes so that supposedly you don't get any wrinkles in your shirts. That would save me some time too. Now let's test that one out, and we'll throw that one in here for you. So we're gonna try that one. This one actually calls for your underwear and socks to go in the center of your shirt. You pick a t-shirt that you go in, and I'm going to use 2 t-shirts because I like to keep my socks and underwear in the core of my shoes. And we're gonna get to this one in a second. I'll do that last and show you how that works. First thing you want to do is lay out your shirts. If you have a jacket, you would lay out your jacket first. I don't carry a jacket like that. I like to keep my jacket out in case I need it. So I'm going to use one of my shirts as a base, and it lays out upside down. Lay your sleeves out. And then you're going to take another shirt and lay it out opposite. And keep it close together like that so that your sleeves lay out almost together, so that they're a little bit of crisscross. And then you'll do the same thing with the next shirt and lay it like the jacket was originally, like this. So you have it just like that. So I'm gonna do another shirt. I gotta do this first. Let's do this one. These shorts can go in here as well. Put those right there in the center, and then you lay out your jeans alternating, one this way and one this way. And then now you start with your core. So we come back to our core. This will be my core in here in the center. You bring this over and tuck it really tight. You want to keep your core as small as possible. Fold that over, bring this one over, and then fold it. And now we're gonna start wrapping our clothes over in a core. So we're gonna roll that. That's my core. And the next one. And what this is doing is it's providing you a base for your shirts to help keep them from being wrinkled. There's that. And then I can use this one to bring over here. Mine's a roller bag, so let's see. Doesn't really take up any more space. I wonder if it will keep my clothes less wrinkled. It's about the same as folding a regular fold, 9.5, 10 inches. We'll just have to see if it keeps my clothes from being wrinkled. The first hack we wanted to do was for carrying your liquid products with you. We found this one and we tried it. It's using straws to carry your shampoo, your soap, what other liquids you have. It's a nice little, very small container. They can't get you on the 3 ounces for that. Basically what you do is you melt the ends and then you put your liquid in there and then melt the other end, seals it off, and then you have a small travel, maybe one use container for your liquids. Our idea, we were thinking, since these straws have the little flexi thing on them, we were gonna melt the ends so that they go together, and then you could put conditioner on the bendy side and your shampoo on the other side and be done with it, or body wash and shampoo, whichever you use, however you use your products. Only problem is, for us, this is what we ran into. When you go to melt it with a straw or with a lighter, it just curls up. It doesn't stay together. We tried folding it over. I tried using the stove, and every time we did it, it either didn't work or it opened back up. I tried using my soldering iron with tin foil, too hot, melted through it. It didn't work for us. It could be our straws, I don't know. You can try it at home, try it your way, maybe it'll work for you. So for us, this is full of water. We were testing it to see how much it would, see if it would leak, and you can see it didn't hold. For us, this is whacked. So here's what we tried. We got the straw and a lighter. And when I light this, the straw just seems to want to curl back. Because if I get it hot enough, we can try to do this and get it to melt together. It doesn't ever stay. So again, it could be just the straw. Don't know. And then try it this way. I put the tin foil over the burner just to keep from getting plastic on my burner. That might actually work. So this one might have actually worked what I just did here by doing this. We will test to see if it leaks. 1 second. I'm gonna cut this end off. And I have a pipette, some water in it. Didn't leak, got the water out of it. See if I squeeze it, if it opens up. So that worked. So this is kind of difficult. The other thing I tried, a little screwdriver. Kind of press it on there. That did nothing but melt the entire straw. It may just be the straws that we have, it just doesn't really work. Anything is too hot, and it's more of it seems to be, to me, more of an aggravation than anything when there's easier ways to do it. The straw more tends to curl up than anything. I think this was a fluke. I just got lucky and it worked on that end. I couldn't get the other end to do it because, as you saw, I got a water shooter. Shoot your stream of water pretty far. Okay, for hack number 2 and 3, keep in mind we're not sponsored by any of these products, so we're going to move forward from there. Hack 2 and 3, find you some bottles that are less than 3 ounces, because if you have nothing but carry-on luggage, you're not going to be able to carry these huge bottles on the plane with you. They're just not going to let you do it. Even if you have check bags, you don't need this much stuff unless you're going on a year-long vacation. Get you small travel bottles. Put your stuff in there, mark them, 3 for conditioner, 1 for body wash, 2 for your shampoo. If you don't have small containers, you don't want to go buy containers. Remember these? We made these out of bottle caps and we cut them off at the neck, and you have a container that can hold whatever you need. This one will hold only 1 item, but this one we put a piece of plastic in the center, and I have 2 separate compartments to put my stuff in. So I can take this one and I can put some of my body wash in here. And then I'll need to write body wash on that side. And then this one I can put my shampoo in there. And that's done. Now I don't have the convenience of being able to squeeze a little bit in my hand, but you know, I can just dip my finger in there and good to go. And then for this one, and now I can take these and put them in my saving kit, and I'm good to go. Don't take up a lot of space. Excellent. Now, hack number 3. A lot of times these containers don't seal properly, or they get a lot of pressure on them because they get squeezed. You shove them in there, you try to pack as much stuff as you can in a bag, and they will leak. So this one is pretty simple. Take the cap off, get you a little piece of saran wrap, put it over the top, screw your lid back on, and cut the excess off out of the way. I would not try to get this super clean and cut all this off here. You want to remember that's there, because when you get to where you're going, you want to be able to take it off. Don't forget that it's there. So you're basically adding yourself another little seal. If you want to make it a little bit cleaner, cut it off beforehand, make it a square, put it on there, screw that on. You have an extra seal. It's almost like putting an O-ring in there, and now they're not going to leak. I mean, unless you really squeeze them, and you squeeze them so hard, you're probably going to break the plastic anyway. And that is hack number 4 to keep your containers from leaking. Let's close this out. For our packing hacks, we had actually a comparison between fold rolled and then the box, basically a box. They call it I think he called it a luggage burrito, or a clothes burrito. We found that rolling up the clothes was actually saving you some room. We're going to test out the folding into a burrito to see if that keeps my shirts from being wrinkled. We'll know later. They all worked pretty well, but rolling, again, saved the most amount of space. For our hacks, we had hack number 1, that was a straw. So you melt the ends and you can put your liquids in here. I'm going to say it's completely whacked. I couldn't get it to work. Somebody may be able to get it to work. Obviously, the person that wrote the article was able to make it work. And again, it could be our straws. Hack number 2, use smaller containers to carry your stuff. You don't need to take your full containers with you when you travel. So I'm going to say that's definitely a hack. Use small containers. Now, these containers are probably about $1 a piece, and you have to spend a little money if you're going to buy them. I prefer the containers I made. They're free. You know, I got my body wash here, I got my shampoo here, and I have my gel here. These were free. It just took me a little time to make them, and a little bit of material, if you want to count the material, but it's stuff that I already had around the house and didn't need to buy it. You need to drink your liquids first and use the tops, though, to make your containers. And then the final hack, putting plastic over your containers. You could even put them on here if these happen to leak. I don't think they're going to leak. They're tight. But you use plastic saran wrap to put over here. I'm going to say that this is definitely a good hack. It's going to work. I know it's going to work because I added an extra protection of sealing to my containers. So it's extra protection just to keep it from leaking. And you know, if something happens that you have them in your roller bag and you have to check your bag because a lot of times there's not enough space on the plane for all the luggage lately, and they want to check your bag. This goes under the plane. It's going to succumb to pressure at 30,000 feet, and it's going to cause pressure on these containers. So you want them sealed so they don't leak on you. I travel a lot. I was on 240 flights last year, and I learned quite a few things. So I thought I would share them to try to help you out on your next trip. So we're going to try, what, 5 tips in under 3 minutes? What do you think?
5 tips, 3 minutes.
She's going to time me. Tip number 1, above and beyond everything else, make sure you plan. Plan out your trip, plan out where you're going, the airports you're going to be in, the cities you're going to be in. A good part of that is knowing the layout of the airport you're going to. Know where the rental car agency is, know where baggage claim is, know how to get from your potential gate to where you need to go, especially if you're going to transfer. Sometimes the airlines, when you have more than one flight, will set you up where you only have 40 minutes in between flights. That's 40 minutes from landing to takeoff. Don't forget that generally you have about 40 minutes before the flight when you start boarding. So basically you land and they start boarding your next flight, and sometimes if you fly through Atlanta, you have to go from Terminal A to Terminal E, and that's 4 terminals you got to go to in 0 minutes. Always take the tram at Atlanta Airport. Don't walk it. Tram's a lot faster. Even if you have to wait 1 minute for the tram, it's still faster to take the tram from A to B than it is to walk from A to B. Second tip, along with planning, check your rental car companies. If you're going to rent a car at your destination city, get with that rental car company first and make sure they have vehicles. There were a lot of times during the beginning of COVID where the rental companies got rid of a lot of their vehicles, and you go to rent a car and they didn't have any. So check and make sure that there is a car where you're going if you need to get a rental car. Tip number 3, if you travel a lot, especially if you travel a lot for work, check into getting a Sky Club membership. I fly Delta a lot. Try to get a Sky Club membership. If you're not flying Delta, check the airline that you travel most and see if they have some kind of club. American has the Admirals Club. American Express even has their own club. They're just not in all the airports. I prefer Delta. The annual membership for Sky Club is $545, I think, a year. That seems like a lot, but if you're traveling a lot and you're eating in airports, you know how much it costs to eat in an airport. You're gonna spend $30 for one meal, even if it's lunchtime. 10 trips to the Sky Club with free food, free coffee, all of that stuff are gonna pay for itself in the long run. So check into the Sky Club. And also, if your company provides per diem while you travel, see if they'll take that per diem and transfer it to the Sky Club, or a portion of it, to pay for your Sky Club membership, and then none of that's coming out of your pocket. So your company's paying for it and it's saving them money and you money. Tip number 4, if you travel a lot, get with your company and see if they'll get you TSA PreCheck. It's $200 for 3 years. TSA PreCheck saves you so much time when you're going through the airport. Also, if your company will swing it, you can get clear. It's $95 for the year, and that saves you even more time. Sometimes the TSA PreCheck line is long. Clear, all you got to do is go up, show them your boarding pass, and they scan your eyes, they verify who you are, they take you to the front of the TSA PreCheck line, and all you do is show your boarding pass, they let you through, and you go through. TSA PreCheck, you don't have to take your computers out, you don't have to take your liquids out, you don't have to take your shoes off. You just put everything on the conveyor belt and you walk through the security. Just make sure you don't have anything in your pocket. And tip number 5, when you make your reservations, after you've booked your flight, try to get in the center of the plane. If you're not gonna buy a Comfort Plus or a premium cabin ticket, try to get to the center of the plane and pick an aisle if you like aisle, and a window seat if you wanna lean your head up against the window if you like looking out the window. Don't pick a middle seat. Everybody hates the middle seat. Just remember, the middle seat affords you the opportunity to use both armrests. That's just a given. That's etiquette on a plane. The people on the aisle and in the window, they don't get to use the armrest when you're in the center seat. But if you're in the center of the plane, it's more comfortable. You're away from the bathrooms. The bathrooms always stink. It doesn't matter how clean they are. So stay in the middle of the plane. Those are the 5 things I learned last year with all of my travels. What'd you learn with your travels? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. We hope you learned something. We hope you enjoyed yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We'll see you on the next video. We love you.